welcome to the Call Like I Don't See a podcast where we talk about movies, comics, games, sports, and dirty brain music. I am GP, and with me for today, back again, he's the co-host of the gaming podcast, Player 2 of End of the Podcast. Give it up for MC Paperstacks is in the building.
Ew, Player 2 has entered your podcast. How you doing, GP?
What's going on, man? How are you?
Oh, man, I am feeling fantastic. I'm feeling hopeful, you know? We got a lot of really fun video games that are coming out in the last quarter, as, you know, is they are wont to do during the holiday season. I mean, we got God of War Ragnarok. We got Pokemon, Scarlet and Violet. Gotta catch them all. We got Callisto Protocol. We got Crisis Core. We got Sonic Frontiers. Every walk of life for the gamers out there, they're being fed right now, and we're full, and yet we want more.
Yeah, we gotta have more.
Gotta have more.
Yeah. My week was pretty.
Yeah, let me ask you. I'm sorry. I thought you were going to comment on my thing. I feel bad. Like, because I don't care about you.
That kind of integrated with my week. So
yeah. How was your week, GP? I am sincerely interested. I promise.
My week was pretty chill mode. Nothing grand. I pre-ordered God of War Ragnarok.
Okay.
The launch version. So
all right.
That day of, I'm ready.
I hear amazing things. I mean, I hear on the one hand it's more of the same, but I also hear that the same is awesome, and it iterates on everything in a way that elevates it. You know, I hear Kratos moves a little faster, a little more fluid. I hear, you know, you got your move set from the previous game, but things are more complicated and kind of, you know, beefed up to the next level.
Right.
So it's going to feel very familiar for fans of the original game, and yet it's still giving you more of what you want and feeling fresh, which I'm all about.
Right. And plus, you can't mess up a good thing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so, you totally can.
Well, you can.
We may talk about that later on, but yeah.
You can't mess up a good thing, but like if you have the good thing, you can make it better. Put it that way.
Yeah. I would argue that messing up a good thing is why God of War took a break in the first place. You know, I think you can be compelled, especially, you know, in our profit-driven economy. You can be propelled to keep making a thing because it's successful long past the point that you have the passion, the drive, or really the juice for it. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
true.
Let things end, y'all. Start on the new thing.
Right. Yeah.
But no, God of War, it's in its hay, it's in its run. It was clear from the start we were going to get more, and I cannot wait.
Yeah, me too. With that, I watched this film called Ambulance, the Michael Bay movie. You ever seen that before?
I've seen Amber Lamps, but I have not seen Ambulance.
I said Ambulance. I keep saying it wrong.
No. You said it right. I just think whenever I think of Ambulance, I always think of that remix of Black Betty, Amber Lamps.
Okay.
With the guy on the bus, so I was like, somebody call the Amber Lamps.
Oh, okay. Well, this. I don't know if you saw the trailer. I think this came out earlier this year. And it's about, like, you know, two brothers trying to rob a bank. One wife needs treatment for this experimental treatment for this disease she has, and he needs money. So he goes to his brother, which is Jake Gyllenhaal.
I recall the trailer. It gave me Speed vibes.
Yeah,
you know,
it's like that, but just Michael Bay'd up.
Yeah,
but just all within the ambulance. So I was watching this film and I was just paying attention to the dialogue. It's traditional Michael Bay dialogue, but it's different writers. So why is it still that Michael Bay dialogue if it's different writers? It's like 3 different writers written this movie.
Yeah, the process of making movies is interesting because you know, you have your initial screenplay, right? And then depending on which director gets it, and then which writers are on set, you know, which rewrites they do, the input from the actors, the input from the studio that's funding the movie, the original screenplay can look a lot different from the finished product.
Right.
So while Michael Bay didn't write this because he is, you know, considered an auteur and he knows it, often he wants the whole plate. Like, so he'll step in and go, say it like this, or maybe just say this instead. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I can totally see that happening on the set of one of his movies.
I was hoping for the Michael Bay, just the director's direction instead of just the whole dialogue, because like his dialogue makes the scene feel not real. You know what I'm saying? Like they in a critical situation, high octane action, and then they make these weird jokes. Like, I don't know. It just don't make any sense.
Yeah, it's like the Joss Whedification of all of our action movies. You can't have a serious moment because, God forbid, we feel something. Got to put some irony or jokes in there. You know what? I mean, we were talking about actually, we talk about a lot on my show whenever we talk about directors that we feel like should maybe share some of the load. Like Zack Snyder is one. I think he does really good action set pieces, and you and I have probably spoken about this.
Yeah.
But then when it comes to like the emotional moments that connect those scenes that make the action have impact, he doesn't do so hot, at least in my opinion, right? No. And so, yeah, Michael Bay, I mean, you can argue, whether it's your cup of tea or not, that when it comes to big bombastic action sequences, like he has an eye for an interesting way to frame it, right? But like you said, when it comes to the interpersonal dialogue, it can get a little, ridiculous and mess with the tone of the movie, the tone of the story you're trying to tell. Completely agree.
Yeah. Well, all in all, that was my week for this week.
Would you recommend Ambulance?
I would, for if you're not doing anything.
If you're bored as hell.
If you're bored, yeah. It's not like a bad film, like. But if you watching it, it's on. I think it's on Amazon Prime, so you can watch it for free if you have Amazon Prime.
But I need to watch House of Dragon. Is what I need to watch.
Yeah, AD's watched that whole. He's a Game of Thrones fan, so he.
Yeah, I know
that show. So.
Yeah, no, I know. He, a few other folks talking about it's got me kind of excited about it. And there's another show we're going to talk about, obviously, that I'm really excited about. People need to watch too. But yeah, just good TV all around. What a time to be alive.
What a time. What a time.
What a time.
All right, MC. Time to get angry. Let your frustrations out with. Call it out. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom.
I gotta call it out with the quickness. Things I hate with all sincereness. Now hear this. I'm gonna call out this week, bringing your damn kids to horror movies, to the theater. We was talking about it last night because we were watching Barbarian. They were talking about their experience in the theater. My friends that went to go see it, and then I thought about when I went to go see Us, and there was like babies in the theater yelling at the screen. I'm like, what? Get them kids out of here! Get them kids out of here!
They bring those kids to the most goriest.
I know. Like, look, I am definitely a more, I don't know, non-traditional parent. You know what I mean? Like, I cuss around the kids. I don't care if they cuss. But like my 6-year-old son, he knows not to do that around his grandmother or at school because it offends people.
Right.
And he actually surprisingly is very mature about it. When he's around other people, he just goes, "Oh, biscuits," and I'm like, you know what? That's acceptable. Biscuits, it is, buddy. Like he has a level of empathy that once he understands the reason behind why a lot of people don't want him to engage in certain behavior, he rocks with it, right? Yeah. And I can actually take him to a theater and he'll sit there and be quiet. I'm very blessed in that respect. Right. However, when I took him to his first movie, which was Into the Spider-Verse, I was fully prepared to get up immediately and walk out with him if he made a peep and I couldn't get him to quiet down, right? And I don't understand why people not only bring kids, they bring babies, and the babies start crying. And not only, first of all, you shouldn't be there. This is not a necessary thing. If you can't find a babysitter, don't go to the damn movie. That's the sacrifice you make as a parent. Why you gotta let everybody else in here who paid upwards of $20, they got popcorn, they out here trying to have a good day, and they gotta listen to your baby cry. Okay, exactly. I get if it's on an airplane, because maybe you gotta go somewhere. But a movie theater, get the hell out of here. And then once they start crying, they just stay there. Like it's all good. Like it's your living room.
Right.
I'm calling out right now. Stop taking your damn kids to the theater if they don't know how to act. And if you were just, if you were trying it out, then get your ass out the theater once they do start to act up. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Okay.
Call it out. I'm so angry.
Ooh. Man, that reminds me of AD would know about this years ago when the Ted movie came out. Me and him went to go see it, and we was like, there's a lot of kids in this movie theater.
Yeah.
And we kept looking at our ticket. We was like, Ted 20? 20 is the name of the theater room. Ted 20 kids?
Rated R?
Rated R? Ted 20? Like, we kept making that joke throughout the movie because every time we hear laugh at a joke, you hear either a baby cry or a kid laugh. Like, does he even know that joke? I don't know. Yeah, it's one of those type of things. But yeah, he's getting frustrated already. Oh,
yeah. It's not about the content. It's about the fact that they're ruining the experience for everybody else. Raise your kid how you want to raise them. That's fine. Yeah. Just keep him out of my viewing.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
If he ain't supposed to be in a place like that, watching something like that, get him out. Simple.
Yeah. No, I mean, if again, there are all different types of kids. If your kid is chill, if they just sit there, and you want to traumatize them by going to see a viewing of Silence of the Lambs, that's a problem we'll deal with in 20 years when he's murdering people. But for now,
I would be surprised if that kid just stayed quiet throughout something like that. That's kind of tough.
My mother actually took me to see Silence of the Lambs when I was young. Because when it came out, I was like 10.
10? Okay.
And I just remember, like, at one point, I just stopped looking at the screen and I just leaned down and waited for it to be over. And I'm like, why am I here?
Right.
You know what? That actually explains a lot about me psychologically. I need to go talk to my psychiatrist about that. Give me a moment.
Like, Ma, you remember that time you brought me to see Silence of the Lambs when I was 10?
And that's why I have a cocaine habit.
Oh, God.
Yeah, the heroin scares away Buffalo Bill, Mom. Thank you.
He's not revealed himself, crossing his legs.
Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me so hard. I don't know what that means. I'm a child.
Your mom would be like, look, I didn't have a babysitter, okay? I really wanted to see this movie.
She legit did. I'm like, this is child abuse. I'm pretty sure. Like, I don't know a whole lot. I don't know much. But I know I shouldn't be here.
Right.
Poor me.
All right. My calling out for this week. I've been seeing a lot of this recently. Maybe one video came in my feed and, same one follows after that. Okay, I've been watching videos of people doing dumb stuff, but like setting up their live on the phone to like get a right position and do whatever activity that follows. Like,
okay,
one video in particular, they had this guy. He set up his phone to do a live of him carjacking a car.
Wow.
And the police is chasing him. And somehow he crashes. He can't drive. Somehow he crashes.
Surprise.
He crashes, and the police have him telling him to put his hands up because this is a convertible, so they can see him. They tell him to put his hands up, and he has the phone on the dashboard talking about, I'm about to put my hands up. Okay, but let me turn my live off first. Let me turn my live off first. I'm looking at this. I'm like, so are you doing this for the live? You doing this for an audience?
He ain't doing it to stay alive, because when the cops have a gun on you, that's when the live stays on.
And there was a lot of, you can hear him in the background, put your hands up.
Oh,
all of that. Like, and he's worrying about turning his live off.
Yeah. That's wild. That reminds me of Strange Days. It's kind of like a brain dance. We're going to talk about that later. But like, like when you film a crime for somebody else's entertainment, like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. They film anything in Cyberpunk, but yeah. But I just didn't get that. Then there's another one where this kid, she had to be like 8 or 7 years old. And she sets her phone up and gets in the car and tries to act like she's driving. She accidentally put it in reverse, and the mom had to hurry up and hop in the car to stop her. And she said, "What are you doing?" And then the mom looked at the phone. "You're filming this?" And then turned the phone off. Like, it's just situations like that I don't understand. Is people doing this just for an audience? Like, I just don't get today. You got to do stuff for an audience nowadays, or what?
Yeah, that's the age we live in, man. I mean, think about it. We've already colonized the entire Earth. What's left to colonize?
Right.
Our attention.
Exactly.
Our time. Keeping our eyes on something. And what captures your attention more than controversy or conflict?
That's true.
And the algorithm knows it. They know that you don't approve of it, but they know you won't look away.
That's true.
And as long as people keep looking, people are going to start making I mean, you guys go over these challenges on this show all the time. The Tide Pod Challenge, the Milk Crate Challenge.
Yep.
People are out here desperate to find a way to get that clout because that actually can be translated into monetary gain. And it's a little sad, but that's where we're at right now, man.
But it's like those was like, it's getting to the point to where it's like dangerous.
Oh, it's past the point of dangerous.
It's past the point of dangerous. But these videos is like for what? Is the question. It's the for whatness. I understand like challenges. You try and do this and you fall and hurt yourself and all that. But like, dude, you about to get shot up. You worried about turning your live off. You know what I'm saying?
It is a sickness. It is a sickness in Uganda and America,
especially America. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a sickness for sure.
Well, yeah, that's my call it out for the week.
That's a good call it out for sure. Stop it. Hey, stop it.
Stop it. Just stop. All right. First story. Here we go.
Okay.
In Rome, Padilla International Hospital, a 35-year-old jazz player underwent brain surgery while fully awake playing the saxophone. A team of 10 surgeons kept the patient, only known as GZ, awake for 9 hours of surgery.
Future co-host,
possibly.
GZ.
To allow them to navigate brain function while they work to remove a brain tumor. Now, GZ couldn't feel nothing because he was under local anesthesia. He had a playlist of the 1970s film Love Story theme song and the Italian national anthem.
Probably had a few others because that surgery was 9 hours.
Yeah. He had.
Ooh,
that's just a few. That's just a couple.
That's a concert for your ass right there.
Right, exactly. The surgeons learned the compositions in depth before the operation to see if they notice a wrong note, abrupt pause, or a change in rhythm that indicates to avoid a certain area of the brain. This whole thing is weird, but very interesting.
Yeah, so apparently the tumor was located in a place in his brain that would affect his motor function, especially his timing and his ability to recall that skill specifically. So it's kind of like a live kind of concurrent way. You know, like if you snip the wrong wire or you touch the wrong part of the brain and he shits himself, you're like, oh, well, I'm not touching that again.
Like a bomb, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I read in the article, too, that because he was left-handed, it was especially difficult to operate in that part of the brain because most of the models and the understanding we have of that brain is from a right-hand perspective, and that does bear an impact.
Yeah. Speaking of that, man, what's wrong with the world hating left-handed people? I'm left-handed. Y'all gotta have you gotta have a balance for left-handed people and right-handed people.
People fear change. They fear representation somehow takes away support for them, I guess. You know, people didn't even think that left-handed was a thing. Back when there was rising support for it, I find this interesting. You'll see like the number of left-handed people just kind of skyrocket. And they're like, no, wait a second. All these people can't be left-handed. But it's just like, well, yeah, they feel like they're okay to identify as left-handed because they're not being forced to be right-handed. Kind of reminds me of a social issue going on right now, actually. Makes you think. But yeah, to me, this whole story, to perform a concert during brain surgery, I found that to be very open-minded.
That's very open-minded. That gotta be the openest-minded.
One guy's like, I can play my saxophone blindfolded. And then I was like, oh, you can hang me upside down. I'll play my saxophone. This dude was like, hold my brain.
Yeah, open my head up. Watch me play.
Oh, man. And I was looking into this. These types of surgeries are performed all the time, specifically for that reason. And people they do everything from like playing guitar to singing. Let me ask you a question, because I thought about this when I was reading the article. What would they have you do if they had to perform surgery in a critical part of your brain? What would you need to do?
This is hilarious because I already had this in a note saying that we was going to be playing a video game.
Yes, right? Yeah. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, I would have to be streaming a video game that I'm super familiar with, so that way I can give commentary on it and play it.
Yeah.
And as soon as they're like, oh, this guy's name? What is this guy's name? I don't know. Oh, get out of that part of the brain. Oh, yeah, now I remember. This guy's name is Bob.
You play it again. You like, yeah, in Cyberpunk 2077. Oh, I'm sorry.
Keanu Reeves. I loved him in Titanic. Whoops.
Titanic, yeah. That actually would have been a better movie if he was in Titanic, though. Yeah.
You think so? Instead of that would have been wild.
But I think you got to change up the whole cast, not just Keanu, though.
I was gonna say, like, who's playing Billy Zane? Who's playing Kate Winslet? Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
that's wild. It's wild to think about. You know what? We're long overdue for a Titanic remake. That's my that's MC Paperstacks' hot take of the week. More Titanic, please.
Titanic remake. But would it be James Cameron again?
No.
Okay.
No, we need somebody new. We need somebody fresh.
Okay. I can see
Give me
that.
a new director.
Okay. Michael Bay.
Yes. 100%. Written by Quentin Tarantino, directed by Michael Bay.
Oh, my
Fucking
God.
Cinematography by Zack Snyder. Let's just blow the roof off this bitch. I love it. Let's go.
That's a high movie right now. High price. I wonder.
Also all black cast. Ryan Coogler does the writing, pisses everyone off. Love it.
Man, that's a movie I want to see.
Yes, please. All the black all-stars.
This got to be so weird for both the patient and the doctor, though. It's like, like the doctor have to focus while listening to all of that saxophone playing. For
Beautiful
9
saxophone.
hours. Great saxophone. There was a video out, like a minute video of him playing the saxophone while they in his brain. But yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just going to mention that. What's wild is I listened to the video before I heard what the songs were, and I was listening to him play the saxophone, and I was like, Dance with the Devil by Immortal Technique? Like, I was like, oh shit, he's a fan. And then I realized that Immortal Technique actually sampled Love Story when he made that song. Right, and I was like, oh, of course.
Yeah.
I was like, wow,
samples
he's a real
over samples. You can find a sample from somewhere that'd be like, oh, that's new, but no, it's old.
I just love the idea of hip hop saxophone during a brain surgery.
Yeah. I want
just do 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 do. Brain surgery ain't nothing to fuck with.
Oh man, I'm trying to figure out with this, like, when he's blowing into the saxophone, like, is blood just gushing out of? I don't want to be too graphic, but like,
no, I know what you mean. I feel like they wouldn't pick an activity that would cause that to happen. Although vacuum hoses are on standby.
True. So, they had to have like at least 8 of them, because it was like 10 surgeons altogether, plus probably like 19 nurses. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, just hey, it fell out. Scoop it up and put it back in. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Thank goodness for the sheet on that video. I didn't want to see the whole thing. It was wild. Yeah, it was just surreal.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah, super surreal, man. It's weird though. Like, it's just I don't know if I could do that. Like, I would be like, if I had to have that surgery, I don't know if I could be able to play the video game and like just have my mind focus on the game while they have their hands in my mind. It's
scary. It's really scary.
Yeah.
But it would give you the opportunity to make an entire team of surgeons learn your favorite video game.
Right.
They'd have to all play it because they'd have to know if you're fucking up.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. He's on level 8.
I'm gonna need you guys to become masters at Halo, like stat. Okay. Because we need to do this brain surgery next week. So here's your Xbox.
Y'all need to learn some online gameplay.
Okay. I need you to learn what teabagging is, what griefing is. Okay. Need you to learn all the terms.
I want to know how his brain moves when he taunts a player. I want to know. I want to know how he feels when he got to respond back to original location he don't want to be in.
Exactly.
Now, see, this is a good example of somebody probably trying to do a live. This would be a good live.
Yes, like a Twitch stream.
Right.
In fact, why isn't there a popular surgeon out there right now on Twitch just cutting into brains every day?
Right.
Probably because, like, if
the game, yeah.
I mean, the added level of think about it. You stream, I stream, we all stream for Twitch stream. If you think about how much more poorly you play a video game while you're catering to an audience, especially if you have people in chat.
Right.
Because for me, like, I always wondered when I first started watching LPs, Let's Plays for the layman's out there, why the people playing them were so bad. I'm like, they just told you that you press A to do that. Why do you not know that? It's over there on the left. How come you can't see it? And I'd be screaming at my screen if I was intimately familiar with the game that they were playing. But then I go and stream, and I'm like, oh... It's because it's hard. There's a portion of your brain real estate that's taken up by the fact that you have an audience,
right?
And that you're catering to.
Like, you know, there's the audience is now playing the game, so they can veer off and look wherever they want to.
Exactly. Their brain is just entirely focused on what's in front of them rather than all of this side shit. And, you know, you're like, okay, is my levels good? Did Twitch boot me? Is my computer still running? Is the console fine? Am I saying funny things? Should I comment on this? Okay, what do I do next? You got all these things going. And then if you have an LP with, like, other guests, then they're talking to you. You got people in chat that you're looking at. Like, it gets intense. You know what I mean?
Yes, it does. Yeah.
So maybe that's why they don't do it. I'm like, you're going to Twitch stream, you ain't going to Twitch stream my brain.
I don't Twitch stream my brain.
I don't think so.
Don't brain dance on me.
Don't go streaming my brain. I won't go streaming your brain.
Unless you want me to.
Unless you want me to. I don't. Please.
All right, let's call it right then and there on that.
Well, call it then.
Next story. Here we go. Oh, man. A man formerly known as the Dirtiest Man has died after he was finally talked into showering. Aman Haji gave up washing his body 67 years ago after becoming convinced that it could bring him bad luck or even kill him. And sadly, he died after actually showering one day. Someone convinced him to finally shower, so he was like, all right, I guess. But
I was going to say, this one's going to be hard for me, GP. I want to be funny, but this story is so sad.
This one is. It is. But
you know how they convinced him to shower?
No.
They told him it would help him win more friends.
Bruh. But he didn't. He was fine without it.
Bruh.
He didn't.
He did it for friends.
Oh, man.
Come on, man.
Come on.
I'm going to cry.
Come on, man. You for friends.
Uncle Haji. I'll be your buddy.
It's kind of weird because they had documentaries about this guy.
Yeah.
I don't think he needed to wash to have friends.
Well, here's the thing.
Like fascinating people was trying to study him, so I guess I don't know.
No. I mean, he definitely got a lot more popular after those documentaries, and the people in his local village did support him.
Right.
However, let me see. I wrote this down because I thought this was So following the documentaries, the international publicity had made life difficult for them. His neighbors respected him, but a lot of people would turn up occasionally to taunt him, even throw rocks at him, or try to drag him off and forcibly wash him. He's rolled out of a moving car trying to escape men who were going to throw him in the river. It's not all sunshine and rainbows with this guy, and that's what makes me feel so bad. They even alluded to like a traumatic event in his childhood which caused him to go down this road in the first place. You know?
Yeah. Man, this is what I don't understand. Like, why the people were so strut into trying to bathe him?
I like to think there's good intentions, because if you think about it, like, there's no reason that he should have been healthy. Right. You know what I mean? I mean, it wasn't just that he was dirty. They said that he actually did other stuff. Like he would eat raw roadkill, right? Mm-hmm. He drank from stagnant puddles. Mm-hmm. When he ran out of tobacco, he would stuff dry animal excrement in his pipe and smoke that. A doctor actually examined him and did determine that he had trichinosis, they did determine that he had parasites, basically, trichinosis. But it wasn't causing any symptoms, and that his immune system had developed to be so strong just from being around all of that. Yeah. That's kind of what kept him healthy, which begs the question that maybe it messed with his immune system to get washed after all that time. Who knows?
I think he developed abilities with dirt. I think he, at the time, after it just grew up on him, I guess he had an actual idea of staying this way, but not the scientific, other problems that would fall behind it. So
we all do what works for us, but he definitely formed like a symbiosis with his filth. Yeah, and I wouldn't recommend it. I don't think we can all just do it on a humbug. I think most people would die doing what he did, but he somehow found the right formula and got lucky, right? Quote unquote. And I mean, one of the worst part is like he actually was kind of a deep dude. There was a lot of people who would visit and discuss current events and world history, the French Revolution, the Russian Revolution. He had a lot of deep shit to say. Probably could have written a few books. It's I don't know, it's just sad to me. I read the thing and I wanted to be jovial about it and make jokes, and I can't find a joke in this. It's sad.
I can't. I was about to say he reminds me of Dirty D from Pootie Tang.
Oh no, not Dirty D. They washed him too.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to wash the dirtiest person. Like, leave the dirtiest person be. Let them be dirty. Let them live that dirty life. I guess.
I don't know about all that.
Well, I would say, okay, so he had
I don't want my son to listen to this and go, so you don't want me to wash my ass? No, you wash your ass.
I was saying, like in this particular person's situation, he was living on the outskirts alone. Yeah. He had his own tut. Like, I'm not saying, like, me, of all people, just be dirty around my family and friends and all that stuff and see what happens. But I'm saying, like, for somebody who's a loner and who likes to be alone, and if you want to do that, you can do that. But I don't get why people from the village way off on this side is coming to his territory wanting to just wash him up.
That's what's wrong. Yeah, that's what's wrong. I'm gonna remind everybody gently to go out and vote. We got midterms coming up next week. I already voted early. There are a lot of people on the ballot that are trying to make decisions for us, that are taking away freedoms for us to have access to things in the frame of giving us more freedom. Like, you should have the freedom to teach your kids about things, which is why we're going to take diversity initiatives out of school. You should have the freedom to decide what you want to do with your body, which is why we're going to take that choice away from you. Like, people just figure things out for themselves and think, well, if it works for me, it's got to work for somebody else. And they will go to great, terrible lengths to impose that upon you. And I'm not about it. And it killed this man, unfortunately.
Yeah. It did.
There's a lesson in that. Rest in peace, Uncle Haj.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, buddy.
Do you want to call it right then and there on that?
I think we should do a very solemn call it.
Okay.
We'll call it then.
Okay.
All right. Hold on, MC.
Oh,
it's time for quick bits. What we talking about? Real news, real fast. I was waiting for that. It is still funny.
Here we go. The Sonic Spin.
I'm gonna butcher her name. I always do.
Oh no.
Lupita Nyong'o.
Close enough.
Yeah. Has been cast in A Quiet Place spinoff, A Quiet Place Day One. My question. Yeah. My question.
Like a prequel.
Yeah. Well, they didn't do that in
the sequel.
Yes, the sequel. Didn't they do that?
I didn't see the sequel. I only saw the first film.
Oh, sorry. I spoiled a little bit.
It's all good. It's not that big of a spoiler, but
all right.
Did you saw the second one? Obviously. Did you like the angle they took with the origin story?
Yes, for that family.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. I enjoyed that.
Okay.
But, yeah. But I don't know if you need a spinoff. It's just going to be a different family.
I know I need Lupito to be in more movies, so I am 100% behind this, even though maybe, like you said, is it the story we asked for? No.
Right.
But is it the story we need? Probably.
Yeah, I got to see the movie. I got to just see the movie.
Definitely.
Yeah. All right, next quick bit. Henry Cavill is back as the Man of Steel in future DC movies.
Yes.
Yes. Are you excited?
Yes. I like Henry Cavill as a person. Mm-hmm. I think he is director dependent, so depending on who helms the project that brings him back, it could be great. Mm-hmm. I don't like his / Zack Snyder's interpretation of Superman up to this point. Mm-hmm. And that's all I'm going to say on that.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be. I wonder who the director going to be now.
I don't know.
That's toughy right there.
I don't know. They really, God, they want so bad to have an extended universe, and I don't think that they should. I think so many people have tried and failed to imitate what the MCU has done, and I think it's because they think the very concept of having an extended universe is the recipe for success. Mm-hmm. And I would contend that it's Kevin Feige that is the recipe for success, and y'all just need to do your own thing. Yeah. And I honestly, the one-offs in the DC universe, Joker, we got Constantine coming back. I'm fucking psyched about that. Mm-hmm. Constantine is a movie, you know, the original Keanu Reeves film that has really aged well with me. Mm-hmm. Whenever Batman comes out and just does his thing, especially like the first film in a reboot, it always crushes it. Just do one-offs, y'all. Mm-hmm. Why do we have to have an extended universe for DC? DC could be the gritty older brother of the comic book universe where they just do like one-off, serious, dramatic, crazy-ass films and let, you know, MCU be the more family-friendly whatever. I don't care. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. But they can't do both, though, because, you know, DC is number one over Marvel with their Elseworlds in the comics. Like, they do...
Yeah, that's true.
They do all...
I mean, that's the thing. You could take any large comic book studio and look through their catalog, and you could find every genre under the sun.
True.
I just feel like, you know, grabbing a director with a vision and with passion, somebody interesting, giving them one of the properties and going, let's see your interpretation. Go. Like, if there was a bunch of different, like an anthology almost, of a bunch of different takes on Batman, I'd watch that shit.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Me too, yeah.
For sure.
Kind of like they did with the those animated movies.
Yeah, same character, but they all had different animation styles. Like I think there was the Dark Knight. I can't remember. There was an animated Batman film, but I can't remember the name of the film. Gotham Knights. I think it was Gotham Knights.
Gotham Knights.
Yeah, and it was an anthology, kind of like Love, Death, and Robots, but it was all about Batman. And or like, you know, Animatrix. There was a different animator for each story, and so you had a very different vibe.
Right.
Let's just do that, but with DC in general. That's what I want to see.
Okay. All right.
It's not a very quick bit. Quick bits!
Not very quick bit. Oh, I got a side bit, too.
Side bits!
How do you feel about, well, since he's Superman now, he's going to be out of The Witcher. But also, he's been having problems with the writers of the show.
I spoke about this at length with Panda Fox on my most recent episode of Player 2 Has Entered the Podcast, Gaming News edition, the last 2 weeks. We discussed it. I don't like it. I'm very pissed. I hate it. I think Henry Cavill was a big fan, and he brought a lot of passion to the role, which surprised me, to be honest. Yeah. But to learn that the showrunners don't like the source material doesn't surprise me.
How you don't like the book?
How do you hire somebody that don't like the book? Right. How do you hire somebody that don't like the damn book?
Exactly. Like,
does somebody lie? Somebody had to lie. I just can't see Netflix going, okay, we got a room full of potential writers. Who here loves the book? Yeah. Who here hates it? You're hired.
Yeah. Somebody like, I like Lord of the Rings. I'm gonna put some Lord of the Rings in this. I'm gonna act like I like The Witcher and bring some Lord of the Rings stuff in it.
They added so much stuff out of whole cloth and really threw off like the pacing, I feel. Because again, I'm such a big fan that I was able to recognize and pick apart moments in the first 2 seasons that I liked. But overall, I was kind of like, about the show and the direction it was going. And apparently I was right to think that, because here we are.
Right.
Especially so I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure if I'm going to watch the 3rd season and Henry Cavill's in it, just because I know that it's going to lead into the 4th with a completely recasted main actor. Again, this is not the first live-action representation of Geralt, but it is definitely the most well-known at this point, because a lot of them has been a lot smaller. So when everybody thinks of Geralt live-action, they think of Henry Cavill.
Right.
And to not even, like, go from one series to another, but within the same series, you're going to switch the actor, that's a bad move. It's a bad call.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be successful.
Yeah, I think they should just put it on hiatus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
Yep.
they ain't gonna do that. But yeah.
Yeah.
Next quick bit. Speaking of DC, Peter Safran and James Gunn would be the new CEOs of DC Studios for the DC universe. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about James Gunn taking over as basically like a Kevin Feige for DC?
James Gunn can be a bit polarizing just because of a lot of the stuff that was drudged up in his past in bad faith, but you know, he did still do some things. I'm going to try to stop holding people over the coals over stuff that they did a long time ago and just kind of look at what they're doing currently. Mm-hmm. And currently he seems to be, you know, he's learned a lot and he seems to be on the right side, and his work speaks for itself. I mean, the Suicide Squad reboot, Chef's Kiss, we all talked about it. I think we did a spoiler cast together.
Yes,
I
we did.
fucking loved it.
Yep.
You know, so having him, I think, is going to bring a unique perspective that I think has proven successful in the past. And I'm kind of excited to see what he ends up doing with it. Hopefully he's of the same mindset as me, but again, he's not the one fronting the money per se, so he may have to do what the higher-ups tell him to do and just, you know, do the best he can with what they order him to do, so to speak.
Right. It's those type of things where I gotta see what he does.
Yeah, no, we're in wait-and-see mode, for sure.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not an immediate, no, why that guy, you know, or that gal. It's somebody that I think is competent enough to do the job that was assigned to them. So, we'll see.
We'll see. All right, next quick bit. Yahya Abdul Mateen. Yahya Abdul Mateen the second is set to play Wonder Man in the MCU in the series on Disney Plus. I have no clue about Wonder Man. I never read none of his comic books.
Really? Because with all of the white rage online, I would have thought he was the most popular character in the history of the world.
Right.
You don't know nothing about no Wonder Man?
I don't know nothing about no Wonder Man.
Oh, man, they got all kinds of things to say about Wonder Man and how he is not supposed
Because
to be black.
he was, yeah. Well, that's always that's an automatic with the internet.
I went to comments, man, and I got my fill of the white tears. Oh, it was so good.
And half of them haven't even read a
I know, man. Get the fuck off the internet. Fuck is wrong with y'all? I'm sick of this shit. No, I like the guy though. He played Manta in Aquaman, right?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, and also Dr. Manhattan, another character.
Oh,
in the previous series of
Watchmen.
Yeah,
on HBO.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
cool.
Yeah,
I need to watch Watchmen on HBO. I haven't got around to it. I hear it's pretty good.
Yeah, I want to watch it. I always forget to.
Yeah. I'm gonna get into it. I was just watching a Boondocks retrospective today, and then I was thinking about Regina King, and then I was just like, oh yeah, fucking Boondocks, y'all. Mm-hmm. So, Watchmen, I mean. So, but no, I'm excited. I think he could do well, but again, you know, we'll have to wait and see. I have lauded praise on the Disney Plus just for constantly giving us shows.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah,
constantly. Like they are really throwing money at this thing, and we're all benefiting from it.
Yeah.
You know, larger implications aside, direct entertainment, like, you know, every month it's like, all right, here comes the new show. And it's typically a banger, you know?
Yeah.
We're fresh off of She-Hulk. I loved it.
Yeah, me too. It's not horrible. Nothing too bad.
No. Some things were, you know, maybe a little bit of a letdown, but none of the shows were, like, executed incompetently. I can say that at the very least, and a lot of them are very excellent. So
right.
I assume this will follow suit.
Mm-hmm. Next quick bit. HBO critically acclaimed show Westworld has been canceled.
Oh, no.
After 4 seasons. This is another show I haven't watched. I haven't watched any episodes of Westworld.
They said no, Domo Arigato.
You know what they're doing? They kicking that out to bring in The Last of Us.
Oh. Yeah, the series premiere date leaked.
January, right?
January. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
They're like, let's draw all this away because this is used. They got something new in here.
Like, hey, you know what? Maybe it needed to end. I haven't been watching the show, but again,
I haven't been. I haven't been hearing anything like this happened and this. You know how you hear throughout the seasons. Like past season, I heard like something major happened in Westworld, and now I just don't hear anything about it.
I would rather a show ends when it naturally should. If you can't do that, I would rather you just stop. And if you can't do that, I would rather you not do what Game of Thrones did.
But you know what's messed up is that the producer said like their next season was going to be their last season.
Oh, so they were gearing up? Well, I am sorry, Westworld fans, but again...
Sorry.
I'm not mourning. Again, I was a little like peeved about The Witcher, but I'm not mourning the loss of any show because here comes along 3 shows to take its place.
Right.
Like television is like the hydra of entertainment right now.
Yeah,
you cannot slay it.
Right.
So
yeah, unless they find another outlet, network, or something like that.
Yeah, and you know, stranger things have happened for sure, and like literally, stranger things have happened on Netflix. They're ending, but they're going to be doing like side stories and stuff. So you know, the shit goes on. You know what I mean? Right. If there's somebody behind it that really wants to put it out, it'll come out eventually. So
next long quick bit: Lucy TV series spinoff is in the works with Morgan Freeman set to reprise his role from the movie.
The average American only uses 10% of their... average American. The average human being only uses 10% of their brain.
At 45%, Lucy, she controls you. At 32%, the animals, the birds, the trees, and all other stuff. You must look inside yourself to get away from Lucy, because she's going to control you soon. Now, see here. Annie Dufresne got my back. He's going to go get some shoes, dig his way out 10 miles of feces to get away from Lucy. I'm going to do the same thing. If only Annie Dufresne told me in advance what he was going to do.
What do you mean I got to stop Lucy? All I got to do is stay black and die.
Stop Lucy? For what? What's she done? What did she do to me?
Okay, now he's Denzel.
I merge. Okay, hey, whoa, Lucy. Whoa. Hey, Lucy, hey, stay away from me, okay? I don't. Hey, slow down.
Lucy, oh no, she gonna control us with the brain, man. The brain, and then no fire, no water, no earth, they're gonna air. I start smoking, Lucy. I don't have a light, Lucy. Everything every 5 minutes, a bomb or something. Sorry, AD isn't here. I did the best I could.
No,
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to figure out this Lucy. The movie wasn't really so much of it wasn't.
I kind of liked it.
Yeah,
I was one of the few people that liked it. I got the concept because there's a misnomer about like the 10% of your brain thing that I think a lot of people get hung up on. It's not true that you only use 10% of your brain, but it is true that you only use a certain percentage of your brain at a time.
Not your maximum, yeah.
Yeah. So it's based on pseudoscience, but I mean all science fiction is, if you're going to nitpick, you know what I mean? And I mean to draw it back to the connection I just made, the same director directed Fifth Element, and I would argue his movies have kind of been on a decline. But Lucy was the last one he made that I actually enjoyed. I like the concept.
I think the problem with it was Lucy was advertised to look like, what's that movie with the guy that took the pill?
Matrix?
No, Bradley Cooper.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Limitless.
Limitless.
It advertised like Limitless, and then towards the later half of Lucy, it was starts to get freaky, and I was like, "What's going on?"
2001: A Space Odyssey,
right? So that's why I was like, "That's what drew me off with Lucy." I think
that's actually what drew me in.
Really?
Yeah, because I too thought it was gonna be more like Limitless, but like when because here's the thing, What does most science fiction do when technology exceeds our capacity for understanding or power? It always turns bad. Mm-hmm. Right?
Always.
The underlying message is technology bad, Skynet bad, right? There are very few movies that actually go in the opposite direction and go, no, actually, the more knowledge you have, the better. And while she did transcend past normal human existence, what she did with that power was arguably very positive. You know? I mean, let me point out one specific scene in that movie that really resonated with me, and maybe you'll change your mind about how you feel about this movie.
Okay.
When she first took the pill and she started to become under the effects of the drug and she was accessing memories that she normally couldn't access, she immediately called her parents.
True.
Because she remembered how they cared for her as a baby.
Yeah. She remembered breastfeeding, being breastfed. And
yeah, she
joy.
remembered
Yeah.
all the kisses, all the cuddles, all the times that she was hurt or scared and her parents scooped her up and she cried and she thanked them. And I thought that was such a profound moment because it almost felt like the more that she accessed her mind, the more human she became, even in the final moments, because she was trying to find a way to elevate everyone else around her. And there was an empathy that developed within her. So again, maybe it wasn't 100% well executed. You know, it's definitely not universal, the appeal of this movie, but I feel like there are little tidbits like that you can take from it that really can speak to you if you're willing to be open to it.
Right. Well, the first half was good. I was all in for the first half, but
yeah, for the action and stuff for sure. Yeah.
When the black goo started going all over the place, I was like, what is going on here? What is going on here, Lucy?
Some real ass art film bullshit.
Okay. Last quick bit, people.
Slow bits.
Slow bit. Last quick of the slow bit. We talking to sports here.
Spirits.
Stephen Nash has been fired as the Nets coach, and also Kyrie Irving has been suspended. Everybody knows this for 5 games.
There we go.
Tweeting a link to an anti-Semitic film, which was kind of messed up.
That's a bad look.
He pulled the whole
Kanye. Did a Kanye.
Yeah. Yep. And that was quick bits.
Quick bits.
Long bit.
Real news.
All right. It's time to review Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities.
The Cabinet of Curiosities.
Cabinet of Curiosities. All right, we're going to start off with the first story, Lot 36. To pay off his debt, a man secures a storage unit filled with mysteries, items to sell, but soon finds himself in a desperate situation. What do you think of the first story?
Let me scoot back out for just a second. We jumped in. We jumped in real quick. The water's still cold. I'm shell shocked. I'm like, hold on, let me get used to it. Cabinet of Curiosities. Can I just say that this show was made for someone like me? This show, it's an anthology. You got a bunch of different tightly written, cool stories. It's horror. It's full of imagination. Guillermo del Toro basically was looking at like other directors and artists that he admires and like almost collated like a little collection that he can just present out to the world, like, have a slice of this.
Right.
you know? And I mean, if we want to jump right into it, the first episode, Lot 36, this is based on a short story that Guillermo del Toro wrote, actually. Yeah. And the director, Guillermo, you have a hard time saying some words. I have a hard time saying Guillermo.
Guillermo
Navarro is the director.
Yeah.
Now, no relation, I don't think, but he's worked with Del Toro on a lot of stuff. He was the cinematographer for Pan's Labyrinth, Pacific Rim. He worked on Hellboy. I mean, he's got a long storied career. This first one I thought was a really great way to kick it off because it already elevates itself as something that's not just a horror short, but like there's excellent acting. You got Tim Blake Nelson in it, you know what I mean? Being this kind of like xenophobic, right-wing like jaded veteran, just real pissed that he went and fought and died for his or fought and died. He went and fought for his country, and he feels like that he's not getting his due, right? So he's jaded. He's got this big chip on his shoulder. Yeah. He has a chance to help somebody in the story because he bought their old storage lot, and there's a lot of family photos in there. And she was like, "Can I go and get those?" And he's
that was
like,
messed up. Yeah.
Fuck you. Take this lock.
That was messed up.
I know, it was so cold, but again, he takes his hurt and he just kind of pushes it out. A lot of people are like that, right?
Right.
And then immediately we get into some Cthulhu bullshit, which I love. In the next lot that he buys from this weird old man, he finds a seance table, right? And he also finds some Nazi paraphernalia. So there's links to World War II and their obsession with the occult. And when he gets them appraised, he finds a secret cabinet in the table that has these ancient tomes, and a collector appraises them and says, hey, if you got the 4th tome, which is really rare because once the ritual is done, that shit bursts into flames. If you got that, I will give you 300 stacks. Oh, boy.
Man.
So it kicks off with, the two of them looking for things. And, of course, the main character thinks it's all bullshit. And in the real world, who wouldn't? You know what I mean?
Of course, yeah.
But it jumps off. Are we doing spoilers?
We was doing. I guess we were talking. We was.
I'm ruining parts of the story, but I didn't go all in. I didn't go all in.
I don't think we're doing a spoiler. We were just gonna say what we thought about each.
Okay.
One of them.
We probably should establish that.
I think spoilers should have been.
My bad.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. That was my fault.
Okay. I love no, it's all good. I love Lot 36. I thought it was a solid entry in the anthology, a great way to kick things off. I love the monster design, if I can say, all around like top notch.
Yeah, I love that monster design too. Good story. Kind of reminds me of Star Wars and The Exorcism.
Yeah, a little bit, kind of mixed together. I like that.
Yeah, but the acting was top notch. Nice to see Tim Blake back in acting.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen him since Buster Scruggs, and he was arguably the best part of that.
Yeah.
Also an anthology, actually.
Also, yeah. So I wonder how he gonna. Well, I don't wonder, but I wonder how he gonna look as the leader in Captain America. New World Order. That's the name of it, right?
I think so. I didn't know he was actually going to be in that, but I'm sure he'll be fine. He's a veteran. He's good stuff.
Yeah. I was just wondering how you're going to look with, the leader with the big brain, the big head and all that.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know he was playing leader. But I'm sure there'll be a bit of a transformation probably throughout, unless they just kind of go all in with him immediately changed.
Yeah.
We'll have to see.
He was in the middle of it in The Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, like the original one with Universal. I recall that.
Yeah. All right. Next story. Graveyard rats. A grave robber eyes the riches of a wealthy new arrival in the cemetery, but must survive a maze of tunnels and an army of rodents to secure them.
This is a good one, too.
This was a real good one.
This is directed by Vincenzo Natali, which did Cube and Splice. And it's actually based on a short story by Henry Kuttner, who, this is true, was a friend of H.P. Lovecraft's and wrote stories adding to the Cthulhu mythos, which is why you see, not to spoil too much, but you see iconography and some stuff like later on in the episode that looks a little kind of Cthulhu-like, if you know what I mean. So, yeah, loved this episode. Again, great acting.
This was a funny, dark story.
It was definitely more of a dark comedy for sure. There were a lot of funny moments, but it was still tense and scary and very claustrophobic. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Which they did a really good job filming, making you feel boxed in. Oh, I hate that.
Yeah. That's true.
For sure.
Well, Lock 36, I know you do your different rates.
Okay.
I give it a 9 for Lot 36.
Yeah, I'll do out of 5 again, and I'm gonna give Lot 36 a 5. I have no notes. I think it was, again, with shorts, I feel like it's so much easier to rate them perfectly because what's the goal here, right?
Right.
It's to tell a succinct, interesting story well, and I feel like they hit all the beats. There's no real fat to trim.
Right.
You know enough about all the characters to really understand their motivations and where they're coming from, and you still get... there's a lot of these episodes, especially my favorite one, where there's horror throughout, which I dig. In this one, it just felt more like a human story that took a turn. You know what I mean? And I was into that.
Yeah,
I was into it.
yeah. Yeah. I actually thought, well, never mind. I'll talk about it after the show.
Right on, buddy.
Graveyard Rats, what do you give that one?
I'd give that one a 4. I still think it's great. It's just the story... It didn't frighten me so much as, like you said, felt more like a comedy. So while there were definitely tense and uncomfortable moments, I didn't truly feel the horror, but I was thoroughly entertained.
Okay.
So 4 out of 5 for sure.
Okay. I gave it a 10 because I wasn't expecting certain things to happen towards the later half of the short.
Oh, okay. So you were like really surprised by... I may have been ruined by the trailer because there were certain reveals in that episode that I saw on the trailer, unfortunately. So that might have been what... Don't go into this as blind as you can, people. If you haven't seen it, skip to the next part in the show notes. Come back later.
Yes.
Like, you need to go watch this. If you're a fan of anthologies, good storytelling, horror, or any of the above... And if you want to stick around because you don't like things that are super gory or super scary, we can probably make recommendations about which ones to see. I can tell you right now that as far as gore, Lot 36 isn't too bad. Graveyard Rats definitely has a lot of imagery that I would find very creepy, but it's not super bloody per se.
Yeah, but that next one... Ooh, hold on to your butts.
Yeah, hold on to your butts for sure.
Hold on to your butts for
the autopsy.
The autopsy, yes. A seasoned sheriff investigates a dead body in the woods and calls on his old pal, a medical examiner, to help piece together a series of chilling events. Woo. This one here was like, I'm going to say it now, was my favorite one of this season of the show.
If I had to quickly appraise it, I would almost say my second favorite, because I know I have my favorite in my mind, and maybe my second or third favorite, but it is really good. It's directed by David Pryor, and he is not a super well-known director yet, but definitely keep an eye out for him. He directed a horror movie recently called The Empty Man. And bad name aside, because it sounds like one of those cheapo Blumhouse horror movies like Bye Bye Man or something. Bye Bye Man. It's anything but. The Empty Man is a legit, really good existential horror film. And I think it's on HBO Max right now. You should definitely go see it.
Okay.
And then as far as the story itself, it's gory because there are several autopsies that are performed. You know what I mean?
A ton.
Hence the name. And it was really realistic looking. Like, it wasn't overly bloody per se. No. But I really legitly thought they were cutting into bodies. I was like, whoa.
Yes.
The sound design and everything. And we got veteran actors in this. We got Glenn Turman, Black All-Star. F. Murray Abraham. I mean, Amadeus. Come on. Like, to me, I was like, how do they get these folks? You know what I mean? It was really cool to see.
Right. And the story was well paced.
If you like a good mystery.
Yes. A good crime mystery too. Yeah. Yeah. I really like this one. Sci-fi and crime.
Yeah, a good mix of sci-fi and crime for sure. Loved it.
Yeah.
5 out of 5.
10.
10. Yeah. 10 out of 5.
10 out of 5.
That's our rating.
Yeah. All right. The next one is The Outside. Longing to fit at work, awkward Stacy begins to use a popular lotion that causes an alarming reaction while unnerving transformation begins to take shape. What do you think of this one?
I liked it. It did not go in a direction that I thought it would. I was not expecting it to end the way that it did. I was expecting more body horror than it gave. So if you're turned off by, especially the directing, the harsh close-ups, the kind of sickly uneasiness in which they kind of film conversations and events, don't be too much if you don't like body horror, because it doesn't go into it as far as you think it would.
Yeah.
However, wow. Like it just kept surprising me. Like towards the middle and on, I was like, what is happening?
Right.
And this is directed by Anna Lily Amirpour, which again, she's a fairly unknown director yet, but she also did a film recently called, I think it was 2014, A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night. Something you should see.
Okay.
For sure.
With this one, it was a funny story. And
Yes.
like you said, I didn't know where it was going, and I thought it was going to be more body horror related. But also, I really liked the music in this one.
Yeah.
The music was pretty cool in this. I like it kind of didn't match, but did match in a way. So like certain songs that they used, especially towards the end, it blends with the actual story though.
It does, and the music is, even the licensed music, is not overused or gauche. You know how like you watch a teen movie and like it's set in the 90s and you hear like 3 different popular 90s songs in 2 minutes.
Right.
It's nothing like that. In fact, a lot of these episodes in this anthology are period pieces, and they do a really good job embodying the feel of those time periods, not only with the direction, but with, like you said, the sound design and the music, for sure. This one's, I believe, in the 80s, it feels like.
Yeah. So, but with this one, I give it a 7. I gave it a 7 because I was, like you said, again, I was expecting that body horror. I was like, something about to creep me out, but nothing happened. I was like, oh, okay, well, yeah.
It was a different kind of creep at the end, for sure. Yeah. I was like,
Yeah, it was more of a, like you know, a woman's desire and what would she do to get that desire.
Yeah, and you know, that speaks to, I think, what's cool about this anthology. Everybody's going to have a different scariest episode, and this is definitely the scariest for probably a lot of people, and I would venture a guess a lot of women, to be honest, because it speaks to a lot of themes that women wrestle with, or I mean, people in general, really, when it comes to body image.
Right.
I would probably give it like a 3 out of 5, closer to a 4 than a 2. I don't think it's terrible by any means. It's not my go-to that I would recommend as far as being emblematic of the entire show. Still pretty solid.
Right. Okay. All right. Number 5. This one reminds me of Tales from a Crypt. The story from Tales from the Crypt. Peakman's Model.
Pickman's Model.
A young art student meets a macabre painter named Peakman, who turns his world upside down after seeing his unspeakable creations.
Macabre is apt because, oh my god, this dude is so edgelord.
Yeah.
I mean, the Pickman's played by Crispin Glover, which I think always turns in a really like creepy performance when he wants to.
I think he played everyone creepy. Like,
I know.
Even if he playing a straight man, that
even
straight
if he's in
man
a
gonna be
comedy,
a little bit creepy, right?
Remember when he was in Hot Tub Time Machine? He was the bellhop who lost his arm.
Yep. You remember
So creepy.
He was the villain in Charlie's Angels when he's sniffing the angel's hair.
Exactly. This, can I tell you, this was my favorite. This one scared me the most. Yes.
This one did give me jump scares.
This one freaked me the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't even jump scares. I mean, there were definitely those, but it was just uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So this one's directed by Keith Thomas, who I have not seen their most famous film, which is The Vigil, but now I want to, because I want to see like how their eye for this H.P. Lovecraft story translates to the something that they actually wrote.
Right.
But it's just, there's definitely themes of madness, you know, which is very obviously present in all of H.P. Lovecraft's work, is witnessing or experiencing something so profoundly inhuman or cosmic that it breaks your brain.
Right. This is like an Alfred Hitchcock movie too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I mean, images that they show in the way that they depict, because it's very art themed, obviously, and the way that they depict the art and then the mental effect that that art has on the people that view it. And the end, I totally guessed the end. You know what? Like, as soon as he gets home, I was like, I know exactly what's happening right now immediately, because because I've probably read this story in some shape or form, because I've, you know, dove into Lovecraft lore before, but 2, it just feels very in the mouth of madness, like something that you would do.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you witness this kind of darkness, this kind of horror, like that's the place it takes you to.
Right.
So,
I understand the movie's, supposed to be this mind-bending short, but I didn't like the editing in a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Like certain scenes, I was like, he's old 1 minute, he's young 1 minute.
Oh.
They didn't edit it out. They didn't edit it out correctly for me to realize what's going on now.
Well, that's interesting because I thought they did, because I know what you're talking about. There's some time jumps.
Right.
I mean, they jump forward and they clearly mark it, right? They're like 1925,
Yeah.
But they do jump backwards in a dream sequence.
Right.
And I thought they did a good job with his design and costume, because they gave him facial hair and they grayed his hair.
Right.
And so when he wakes up out of bed without his mustache, I'm like, oh shit. Like, you know what I mean?
I was like, shouldn't he just be like his normal self in the dream too? But why he has to be younger? So that kind of confused me in a way.
The way I interpreted it, and we could probably get deeper into this offline too, but I interpreted it as the point in which he received the particular madness that themes this episode. Mm-hmm. And so it basically haunted him throughout his life, or just immediately zipped him back to that point. Okay. Because again, you'll notice that when it comes to this episode and the horror in it, it's themed after art viewings, and the horror then takes place based on the theme of the painting that caused it. Mm-hmm. So since he saw the painting at a certain age, and the dream was about that particular painting, that's why I think it brought him back to that time versus another painting he saw when he was older. That's my interpretation.
Okay.
But again, we're getting too much in the plot here. We don't want to ruin it for people.
Okay. Then another thing is, I was trying to figure out why it was him being so affected by the piece and not others.
That's a good point. That is a good point. I thought about that too. I mean, because others were, obviously.
Yeah, they were,
eventually.
but like case in point, the top tiers of the school.
Yeah,
they
when
look
they went
at
to the
it
review
and
of
like,
his work.
we don't like this. Get out. Get this out of here. Go.
But we don't know what Pikmin showed them. Did Pikmin show them his regular stuff? Mm-hmm. That's also hardcore for sure.
Right.
Or did he show them one of the big boys?
Yeah, because it seemed like whatever he painted, Homeboy was like,
Yeah, he showed the big boys definitely in his his final exhibit, and then to the direct main character, right? And then he sent a big boy to the main character's house.
Right.
But I don't think all of his paintings held the same power. I think there were gradients. There were some that kind of edged the darkness, and there were others that plunged immediately into it. And I mean, the whole theme is like paint what you see, which means that you have an artist eye. And I think an artist with the skill and the eye, like the main character, to appraise art, can almost immediately cut through the veil and see what's really there. Whereas your average layman may not. That also could explain, the selective madness that people had, perhaps.
Right. I kind of thought that he was like a descendant of that group, in a way.
That could be. Yeah. Some unexplained lore there for sure.
Yeah.
I was just along for the ride in that dude's shoes. I was just like, run away now.
Burn these pieces to the ground.
Burn it all. Burn it down to the ground.
Yeah. What do you give Pikmin's model?
5 out of 5.
5 out of 5.
Favorite episode, scariest episode.
Okay. Yeah, scariest episode for sure. I'll give it an 8 though. Yeah.
Right
okay.
on.
All right. Number 6, Dreams in the Witch House. Years after his twin sister's death, a researcher's ventures into the dark, mysterious realm with the aid of a special drug, determined to bring her back. This one is this has to be the worst one.
In my opinion, it is too. It's not terrible, but what's funny is it's also a story by H.P. Lovecraft. So it's funny how one director can take the same kind of material from the same writer, one direction. This one felt, which is funny because Rupert Grint is the star. So you have Ronald Weasley from Harry Potter, right?
Right.
And this one almost felt very Harry Potter at its scariest, which is still for children.
Yeah, even the ghost, even the spirit of the girl, like had that same like Harry Potter vibe.
Yeah,
of
it was
Ghost and stuff. Yeah.
It was very Scooby-Doo villain.
Right.
And there was real threats, for sure. There were very
for
real
sure.
consequences in this, but the way that it was framed.
Right.
And what's interesting, and this is not a knock on her, because honestly, a lot of people like these films, and I haven't watched them. They might actually be good. Who knows? Catherine Hardwicke directed this. She is the original Twilight director.
Ah, okay.
So that may explain some of the tones too, because it did feel like it was directed at a slightly younger audience, and it felt not out of place in this collection, but it was definitely one that was a little bit easier on the horror and more focused on the human story of a brother trying to find his sister. Right.
Yeah.
So,
and then that ending,
not scary.
the ending, I was like, what? What was this all for?
The ending was very Goosebumps.
Yeah.
You know, basically.
Yeah.
Like, it was kind of silly. In fact, there's a character in it, which is funny because, again, Ronald Weasley, remember his familiar was a rat?
Right. Yeah.
Who ended up being a person, Peter Pettigrew. Mm-hmm. I'll say no more.
Yeah. Yeah. I see what they tried to do, but like, just if you want to focus on the story itself, it was just out of whack to me.
Yeah, I mean, again, not my favorite, not scary in the slightest, not bad, just not for me.
Right.
So,
Yeah. What did you give that one?
I'd give it a 2, closer to a 3 than a 1. I think it's just slightly less than average, and again, that comes down to taste more than competency.
Okay. 4.5. I did like the creature effects.
Yeah, creature effects were cool. I'll give you that for sure. And the lore. I thought it was an interesting way to talk about the afterlife and the different ways you can get there. For sure.
Also, I did like the drug to get into that realm.
Can we sidebar about liquid gold, please?
Liquid gold.
Okay. So you're in the Society for Spiritualism, wherever the fuck they called it, the Spiritualist Society, right?
Right.
Like, your job is to seek out supernatural bullshit in the afterlife. You find a thing that can literally like expand your mind and help you find it, and they're like, that's pseudoscience.
Yeah, that didn't make
like
that didn't make no sense.
Yeah, they treated him like they were the New York Times, and he was coming up with like a conspiracy theory about 9/11 or something. I'm like, just try the drug. He's fine.
We're the Department of Supernatural Defense. We'll find anything. I found something. You're fired.
Yeah, you're fired. Drugs. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Like that isn't known among supernatural circles that like peyote and other types of drugs or like DMT can actually have effects that can make your mind more open to supernatural experiences. Come on, man. That's common knowledge.
Yeah.
So that was weird. Yeah. But okay. Whatever.
I give it a 4.5. That one, 4.5.
Yeah.
All right. Next one, The Viewing. A wealthy reclusive host accompanies 4 guests at his stylish mansion for a once-in-a-lifetime experience, but their intrigue soon turns into terror. With this
episode was a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Exactly. Once in a lifetime. But it was good once in a lifetime.
Oh my god. The Viewing is probably it's tying with Autopsy is probably my second favorite. The Viewing, I was watching this thinking this is like a Quentin Tarantino film, but like if he got mature.
Right, this is like an 80s vibe. They had a great cast.
Good chemistry. I love the dialogue so much. They did all the drugs.
And wasn't expecting anything to happen.
I know.
I didn't know what was going to happen.
Eric Andre, there's a lot of comedians in it. Eric Andre, Charlene Yee, like they're both really good comedians. And then like I don't want to ruin anything about this.
No.
But the mystery of collecting like this rich guy creating this fucking badass cool room,
right,
and then collecting these people and going, you're all experts in your particular field. I respect your mind and I want to get you blown out of your ass high and show you some wild shit. And they were all like, let's go. And I was like, yes, let's go. And it did not disappoint. I loved the filter they put on this, like the weird kind of like the film grain. I've seen a lot of imitations of like old VHS tapes or
Right.
like
B
beta
movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Laserdisc where it didn't quite translate. You could tell it was a filter, and this one came closer than most.
Yeah, I think this was the more far off mind high induced craziness of all these episodes to me.
But still coherent.
Yeah,
Like, as
yeah.
wild as it got, it was not hard to follow.
No,
and,
no.
like, there was a clear progression, a through line in this story, and it was good from start to finish, for sure. I loved it. And it was so funny. It was funny and scary and weird and interesting. Love it so much. Definitely, if I were to recommend an episode for people to watch
that.
it would be Pikmin's Model if you want to get scared, and The
Yeah.
Viewing if you just want to see some cool shit.
Yeah.
So,
Mindscape.
and hey, Panos Cosmatos, the director, he directed Mandy.
Man, I can see.
See?
I can see that. Yeah.
All right, now.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, this collection is curated.
Yeah, I can see that, but this was more drug induced.
Oh no, for sure, for sure.
But
Don't go in
Mandy
here
was
expecting Mandy, but
hilariously, but Mandy was way off the off the
This was
chart.
This was definitely somebody stepped in and like we're gonna uncrazy this just a little bit,
Just a little bit.
Panos, just a
Yeah.
little.
But we still gonna add a little crazy in it.
No. You put your stamp of approval on it. We're
Yeah.
just gonna pull it back.
What do you give this episode?
5 out of 5.
5 out of 5.
10 out of 5.
Okay, I give it a 9.
Okay.
The only reason why I gave it a 9 was because it was too weird for me, and it wasn't really on screen as much as I wanted them to be. Like the driver.
Yeah.
That driver
Yeah.
was weird,
He was weird.
and I wanted more of him to be. I wanted him to be in the group more instead of
okay.
him being in. He came towards the very end, but in the beginning. But I
loved him listening to
to
Doobie Brothers while they were in
Exactly.
there, like just like having like an intense experience.
that
And
too.
he's just like,
That too. And he just starts like that's what I'm like. He's weird. Why he's not more in the group? You know what I'm saying? Because like he comes in towards when everything started going crazy.
yeah.
But yeah, I understand that he was just a driver. But yeah, that's why I give it 9. But let's go to the next one.
All right.
The last
episode.
one. The Murmuring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mourning the Lost. Oh, I'm gonna butcher this.
Ornithologist.
Ornithologist. I was gonna say that.
Study of birds.
Ornithologist, study of birds. Nancy and Edgar flock to a secluded home to
Flock
study.
to.
Flock to. I say flock.
No, you said it right. It's just the pun. Get the fuck out of here, flock.
Okay. Flock to a secluded home to study Dunlins, but the house history reveals heartbreak and horror. This one was a very, more sentimental story out of all of them.
Which makes sense. It makes complete sense to me. This is directed by Jennifer Kent. She directed The Babadook. In fact, Essie Davis, which plays the mom, she played the mom in The Babadook as well.
Babadook was a
And
weird
the
movie.
husband's played by Andrew Lincoln, which played Rick in The Walking Dead.
Coral.
He was good. He was
Yeah.
really good in this. They were both really good, but I
Yeah.
was surprised because I hadn't seen him act in a whole bunch of stuff
Right.
outside of that. And I really did feel for him and them trying to connect after tragedy and loss.
Right, because he was all in the fields and she was trying to get out of the fields.
Yeah, I was emotionally invested, and I was just like, just dance with him.
Yeah.
But no, Dunnings, by the way, the birds that they use in this, they really do weird shit, like what they show in the
Yeah,
episode.
for sure.
And I thought that their inclusion, I mean, again, if you look at the Babadook critically, it is an allegory for grief. It's something that you can't really ignore. You can't get past.
Right.
When it hits you, you have to you either go crazy from it or you learn how to live with it. And that's, I mean, not to ruin the movie, but that's essentially kind of how it goes.
Right.
And you see that play out in horror fashion. And I feel like this too, swapping out one family member for another, was an allegory about how a person can deal with grief and closure and being ready to move on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is, I mean, it was using horror as a backdrop and a ghost story as a backdrop, but like you said, it was a more emotional human story. So if you want to show an episode of this to a kid or to somebody who's not typically super into horror films, I think this would be a good episode to show.
True. And if someone dealing with loss, it's a great story as well.
Yeah, Guillermo del Toro wrote this, actually.
Okay. Yeah, that kind of reminds me of what's the name of that movie he wrote with Loki? It's the one where it's like this old period haunted house.
Talking about Pan's Labyrinth? Oh no! I know what you're talking about now. I know exactly what you're talking about. I forgot the movie either. Yeah, the actor that plays Loki, what is his name? I should know his name. Tom
Hiddleston. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I wish I could remember the movie, but you're right. It's a Victorian period piece.
Right.
And they're in a haunted house.
Mm-hmm.
And it does honestly remind me a lot of that too, as far as like theming is concerned. Not really visuals,
right?
So far, but yeah, totally, man, totally.
I
wish I could remember the name of the movie.
What do you give the Murmuring?
The Murmuring. I give it probably like a 3, closer to a 4 than a 2. Again, not one that I was scared by at all.
No.
It was still interesting and heartfelt, and I thought, it wasn't what I came for. I came for the horror, and I got a different story. Not necessarily a bad story, but
just something that you wasn't expecting.
Yeah. So I don't think it's bad at all, just not particularly for me.
Right. Okay. With this one, I gave it an 8. I really like the story. I really like the...
Right on, man.
The story about loss and grief and is relatable. It's
for
relatable.
Sure.
Some people don't want to deal with it, and some people just want you to deal with it. But you gotta deal with it on your time. But yeah.
This episode sparked a very long conversation with me and my partner. Like, we were talking about just loss and grief and how different people deal with it. You know, because we've been through our own struggles, because we've been married for over a decade.
Right.
And there are things that can happen to a couple that can bring them closer or split them apart. And I find it so fascinating how different people react to similar situations. So,
and this one hit home because of the person that died that related to them. So
yes,
it was real hard.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so overall, MC, what do you give this first season? Hopefully, there's more of Cabinet of Curiosities.
5 out of 5, man.
5 out of 5.
It's one of the best shows I'm going to see this year. I can already call it. And I fully endorse the idea behind it, and I fully endorse the amount of effort and passion that went into it, and the fact that it's highlighting directors that I like. The one that directed The Vigil, I want to see that. Because of Pickman's model, I now want to see The Vigil, and I want to follow that director. And I'm hoping some of these other directors, like the guy that directed The Autopsy, that he gets more clout and people start to go see his movie as well, because The Empty Man was great, and I can't sing its praises enough. So I love everything about the concept of this show. More, please.
Okay. All right. Overall, the first half was like great, and then like it's just started going down some towards the later half. Yeah. But even though it did, all of the stories was good and unique, and I didn't like skip nothing. I just kept watching, so I'm definitely ready for a season 2. Also, it's Guillermo del Toro. I like when every time he stepped into frame out of the dark, it reminds me of his character in Death Stranding. So every time I see him, I was like, this dude he reminds me of Alfred Hitchcock in a way. Like the way he just stepped in the frame.
Yeah,
and all that, tell his stories.
He's got a very similar vibe, just coming in like,
an
artist, madam, does often paint what you see. But what happens when what you see is in the dark? And I was like, okay, Guillermo.
We'll find out in Lot 36. And then
today's story.
And then you have the carving of the director. Like, I like that. The carving
really
of
cool.
the director is pretty cool. Yeah.
No, the whole concept is awesome. I love it.
Yeah. All right. I gave it a 9 this season. I gave the season a 9 of Cabinet of Curiosities.
Super fair.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to our review of the game Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah. Emphasis on the review.
Review.
Because this is a game that came out and then you could argue came out again.
Right. Yeah, basically came out again, yeah. Came out awful and then revised itself and
To be less awful.
Yeah. But still, not
we're
that great.
we're gonna get into it, and I mean, I think it is great, but I think expectations need to be tempered. But
that's true. It was.
Mean, you probably beat it more recently than me. What are your
honestly? Thoughts? I did not beat the game yet.
Oh, okay.
I think I am like on a cusp of beating it. Yeah. The story.
How much time have you spent with it?
I think I've been playing all the story. The side missions is the best part of this game. All
Agreed.
Side stories is. I think I've been so far into the side stories that I'm not. That's the reason why I didn't beat the game yet, because of the side missions. I love the side missions. Yeah.
And I assume you mean the scripted, storied ones with named characters, and not just like the clear out this warehouse.
No. I'm talking about like actual stories, like the mayor issues, the detective, and they oddly kind of connects in a way. Some of them do, but some of them don't. But yeah, just the unique story of each and every one of them is fascinating. That's the only reason why I haven't beat the game yet.
Yeah. So if you would like, if listeners are interested, I played this at launch and I streamed my entire experience on Twitch. I can send you a playlist from the YouTube channel where I upload the streams if people are interested in watching me. But at launch, I played on PS5, the PS4 version, and it crashed more than a couple dozen times during my entire playthrough. Probably at a regular pace every couple hours or so. And then that time started to get a little extended as they were adding in patches as I was playing it.
Now, did you haven't been playing the game recently, but do they still did the same thing as loading the save, automatic saves after each? Say you had that crash, right? And say you was far in the mission. Does it bring you all the way back to the beginning of the mission, or does it frequently automatic saves to the point to where you don't even know?
Yeah, does it have checkpointing, basically?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? I actually have played it recently in anticipation of the fact that we were going to talk about this.
Okay.
So, let me explain kind of the initial disappointment and then what was updated and what hasn't been. So, we were promised the moon during the run-up to its release.
Yeah.
There were a lot of systems in play, a lot of Watch Dogs level hacking that didn't make it in. Smart bullets that could ricochet around corners and do wild shit that didn't really pan out. The combat is solid, and I would still say that because of the cybernetics and the different powers that you can use, you almost feel like a brain dancing wizard, because everybody has electronics in your head, and once you learn that you can shut those down or overheat them, you could clear an entire area of enemies without stepping out of your car if you wanted to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is, I can't really say that for most other games. So that's cool. It's not quite what we thought it would be. And of course, it came out riddled with bugs and crashes and errors and issues. It's been mainly fixed. I have yet to have it crash. I have seen a couple of bugs in my recent playthroughs, but nothing game-breaking and nothing frequent. Not near as frequent as originally.
Right.
There have been patches to improve the immersion experience. NPCs have been patched to be more dense and a lot more varied, not only in their appearance, but also in the way they react to their environment.
Right.
Like in the original game, you'd shoot a gun and every NPC would do the exact same animation at the exact same time.
Exactly.
It was like a flash mob. And so they fixed that. I mean, graphically, I think the console versions are just about on par with PC now. Like the PS5 and the Series X, they look gorgeous. They intensified and kicked up the weather. I mean, you're getting Blade Runner vibes when you're riding around your motorcycle on a rainy night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like to photograph the game and go in and find art. You can swing a dead cat and then hit art. To coin a Texas phrase.
Yeah.
There are a small amount of new missions that you may or may not notice, even if you played the original. But the cool thing is they have integration into older ones, like events maybe mentioned that weren't initially available characters, that type of thing. The fixer missions, the side missions, have much better rewards, so it actually feels better to use them. You get stuff that's useful to you throughout the gameplay, like better cars and guns and shit.
Yeah.
They have the new system, which is not, super new, because, Outriders does this in a few other games, but now if you sell your clothes, you can still keep the design of the clothes. So in order to wear the best equipment, you don't have to look like a 6-year-old dressed you. You can keep the look of like what outfit you like, but then have the super strong equipment underneath, because you can just wear the outfit skin, so to speak.
Yeah,
even if you trash the gear, which is awesome. You can finally change your face and hair, which you should have been able to do from jump, but they finally patched that in.
Yeah.
Driving has been kicked up and feels better. It's less GTA 4 and more GTA 5, if that makes sense. Yeah, there's a lot that has been tweaked, but the main strength of this game still remains, like you had alluded to, is the writing and the missions. A lot of the main missions, especially the side missions. Some of the side missions in this, there's one in particular about a prisoner who wants to crucify himself at Sinner Man, I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
And you can so easily miss this mission. The way you start this mission is you're contracted to kill somebody who's being transported by the police. But if you hang back and wait just a second and you don't kill them right away, it shifts into this mission that you could completely miss. And it's
Something
on par. Oh, go ahead.
That story was definitely, I wasn't expecting that to be in this type of, this futuristic type of game. This type of story of a man trying to do this it was like he was trying to record a brain dance of him being crucified, right?
Yeah, I don't want to ruin it too much, because I think it's really profound and people should experience it for themselves.
Yeah.
But it was about a prisoner who found religion, and he was trying to find a way to repent, and it was basically being commercialized and monetized by a network station.
Right.
And so you're wrestling with like how to support him, if this is even a good idea, how much you're going to participate. It really stuck to my ribs. And as far as like side missions go, along with like, in The Witcher 3, when you did the whole side quest with the Bloody Baron, it's going to stay with me the rest of my life. You know what I mean? So when it's strong, it's strong. And I highly recommend that if anybody hasn't played it, now probably would be the time to go ahead and dive in.
Yeah. I recommend it too.
For sure.
What do you think the city landscape of Night City?
I think is beautiful. I would like it to be more interactive than it is. However, as far as the design of the city, there's so much to it as far as the art and the different, unique locations, and the way that, again, the behavior of NPCs and how they've kind of changed the interactivity of the city. You really can get fully immersed in just driving around and exploring and having a good time. Like, it definitely has, just like The Witcher 3, it's got a lot of filler and side missions.
Right.
And I wish they signposted the, more legacy or intensely written or interesting missions apart. But that's the thing. That's what's so fun. You can go trolling for side missions or conflicts and then stumble onto something a lot more interesting and rare and not even know it.
That's
like,
true.
they are brave enough to hide some of their best shit in something that people will never see if they don't explore. So there is that, and I think there's something to be said about chewing through this game slowly, kind of like what you're doing. I would encourage you to continue to do that, because I feel like that's the best way to experience it.
Yeah. I think that's kind of like, you have to experience it like that, because like some storylines won't, like they would erase, right? Like, say you do...
No, there's definitely missable quests.
Right,
For sure.
Yeah.
Yes. And so you want to be... don't worry too much about it, because you can always go back and play it again. And it's encouraged, because there are several different endings. In fact, I would make a few saves towards the end, so that way you can try out a few of them without having to play through the entire game.
Okay.
But even, like, the romance options. I played as both a male and a female V. And I think the female V story is better, because you get to romance that detective as well as Judy. And both of their romance options and, like, quote-unquote dates are some of the best missions in the game.
Oh, okay.
Everything surrounding the detective, because there's like a murder mystery that you have to solve with him as well. But if you get a chance to date him and then you get a chance to date Judy, both of them are like the female V dating options, and they're fantastic.
Okay. In the beginning of the game, does the storyline stay the same if you're nomad or?
Oh, you mean like nomad, street kid, or corpo?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably one of the weaker, or I would say underdeveloped elements, because while you occasionally do get different dialogue options, it does not have an effect at all in the larger story.
Okay.
If you're not going to play it multiple times, at the risk of sounding like a narc, you should probably play Corpo. Because it's just the most interesting opening. The Nomad is the weakest, and the Street Kid is kind of mid. So
Okay.
I hate to say it, but the Corpo is definitely the more interesting option if you're wanting a bombastic opening.
Okay.
But outside of if you're talking corporations, the Corpo might have an extra dialogue option. If you're talking some street shit, then yada yada yada. Okay. Other than that, it really has no bearing. Don't worry yourself too much about the backstory. It's not going to matter.
Okay. I went with Nomad, but yeah, okay. All right.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you went with the weakest opening. Go back and start the game again a couple times just to see the others.
Okay. Okay. Are they supposed to be doing some kind of co-op thing, or it was just another DLC? I'm just getting that mixed up.
Well, there is DLC coming. I haven't heard personally of a co-op option. That would be interesting. Mm-hmm. But I think, of the slate of projects that CD Projekt has released, they're looking forward on Cyberpunk and definitely keen to get the next Cyberpunk game out, which I honestly do believe will be a lot better now that after the foundation built and the lessons learned. Mm-hmm. Which, if you look back at the history of the Witcher franchise, it was kind of the same thing. It's just they restarted when they moved to a different IP. It feels like. Okay. And speaking of restarting, they are remaking the original Witcher in Unreal Engine 5. I'm excited about that as well.
Okay,
so,
all right, yeah. That's gonna be good.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, overall, Cyberpunk 2077. What do you give?
It's so hard to rate this game because its highs are so high and its lows can be low, especially during launch.
Yeah, that's true.
However, because there are a large handful of unmissable experiences, and because there really is no other game out there like it, despite the similarity of its parts, as a sum, I highly recommend that people go out and check it out. Plus, it's super cheap, unless they raise the price after the Netflix show.
Super cheap.
But yeah, usually you can get it for like $10, $15. A lot of places you can download it for even cheaper, especially if you're willing to play on PC. I would probably rate the game itself as a 4 out of 5, purely based on the strength of its combat, its art, and its storytelling.
Okay. 8.5 for me. All what you said, but there still are some glitches. I noticed, even though I'm not being taken out of the whole game and got to restart it. There's some characters still do these little glitchy moves, or just like do a ghost move where they just stand there, but they're certainly moving around for some odd reason during the movie
yeah, like the cutscenes have
cutscenes,
odd animations for sure.
Yeah.
Like people stand up in the middle of a car rather than open the door.
Yeah.
But man, do the original, go look at my playthrough. I'll be in the club and everybody's T-posing. I'm like, ugh, bruh, it's night and day better.
I bet, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll kick you that link in case you want to use it. But
okay. Yeah. All right. It's time to put your face in this.
Ooh, put your face.
MC, what you got to put your face into?
Oh, this week. Okay. Have you heard of the world's smallest type of pasta called pastina?
Pastina. It sounds familiar, but I didn't have it yet.
Pastina is not something you can easily find at the store. I know because I tried. I had to end up ordering it online, but it wasn't expensive or anything.
Is it from a different country?
Well, no, although it is considered an Italian comfort food. But again, pasta is Italian, right? No, you can get American-made pastina. The classic kind of traditional pastina actually looks like itty-bitty tiny stars. And because it's tiny pasta, it cooks up more like couscous than noodles, right? So you can usually cook it with like butter, milk. Some people use water, but I definitely think this is something you should use broth. Because using like say broth with gallo pintos and rice, broth with pastina really elevates the flavor. And it's just like porridge, it's like it's comfort, tasty, delicious food. Some people put olive oil on top, maybe some Parmesan cheese or Asiago. It is super quick to make. It's cheap to buy. It's easy, and it's probably going to become a staple, I think, here in the household. I've tried a little bit of it so far, and I have yet to make like a grand dinner of my family. I got some veggies I want to throw into it, make like a pastina surprise.
Pastina surprise.
But definitely, y'all, if you haven't heard of it before, look it up, get you some, try it out, put your face in it. I don't think that you're going to be disappointed.
Okay, all right.
What you putting your? Oh wait! Put your face in this.
I was about to say. Yeah, did the line.
Hit the line. What you putting your face in?
I'm putting my face into Andor. I really digging this Star Wars series. It's like basically like a adult version of Star Wars. Is you gotta worry about no Jedis, no Mandalorians, just rebels and empire politics and espionage and action. Go watch Andor. You won't be disappointed. I'm gonna say it's the best one. It's the best Star Wars. It's surprisingly the best Star Wars show. I'm gonna say it's over Mandalorian.
That's a bold statement.
By a notch, though.
Wow.
By a notch, because it's a story.
See, I'm a little gun shy when you say politics in association with Star Wars, because all I can think is we vote of no confidence in Trade Federation Chancellor.
We shall vote of no confidence.
It has, hilariously enough, this is the most human on human interaction throughout all of Star Wars. Like you.
Oh yeah, we like human on human.
Yeah, exactly. You rarely get you see a alien every now and again, but there's no characters that no serious characters that's really alien. It's like it's dealing with
it's a lot of human themes.
It's a lot of human things that deals with today. So yeah. I think you enjoy it. Also the characters. It's a lot of characters that I'm digging in this whole series.
Well, I was going to pass it over just because of the bad taste in my mouth that Obi-Wan show put. But after your recommendation, you know what? I'm going to check it out. I'll let you know what I think.
Check out at least the first episode.
At least the first episode, yeah.
Yeah.
You got me intrigued. Andor. All right.
Andor. To put your face in this. Andor.
Andor.
Yeah. Okay. It's time to slip it down. Slow it down, MC. For positive. Chakra. Yeah. MC, you got the rings for this episode.
All right. For today's episode of Positive Chakra, we're going to do a quote from the previous president, former President Theodore Roosevelt. Theodore says, "Comparison is the thief of joy." Let me say it again for people in the back. I said comparison is the thief of joy. What you think about that one?
I like that one.
Yeah.
Comparison is the thief of joy.
You ever be having a good day, you be walking around just feeling yourself, and then you think about somebody else who's doing better than you, and all of a sudden your life sucks.
Your life was just so great till you see somebody doing better.
Yeah.
Comparison is the thief.
It's the thief of joy. What I would posit to you listeners out there, especially if you struggle with comparison like I have in the past, and I think we all can because we're so connected now because of the internet. Anytime you're doing something, you're a click away from seeing somebody do it way better than you. Don't compare yourself to others. Everybody has their own journey. If anything, compare yourself to yourself.
Exactly.
And I promise you, most of the time you're going to be happy, and if you're not, you're going to at least be inspired to do better.
And also, you could be mad at yourself, so you can't be mad at anyone else. I try to. That's the number one thing I try to do. I try to blame myself for my own self, and not. I tend not to worry about anyone else, just me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm my own worst enemy.
No, there's something to be said about looking inward. I don't want to we're getting dangerously close to bootstrap territory. I don't want to say that there aren't systemic or outside forces that can work against you or bring you down.
Right.
But at the same time, don't let that take you to a point where you feel like giving up. And always remember that you've come really far. And if you keep trying, you can get even further. So don't compare yourself to other people. That will bring you down every single time. Just keep your blinders on and stay on your own path. You'll be all right.
Or just think of it like this: everyone has problems. You just haven't seen their problem. You just know your problem.
That's true, man. That grass looks greener, but let me tell you,
it's purple. It's purple. It's not even green.
It's not even green.
Yeah. All right. It's time to yell outs before we head out. MC, if you got any shout outs, let them know.
Sure. All right. Well, big shout out to you, GP and AD. Thank you so much for befriending us in our podcast and communicating with us in the last couple of years. Like, our life, definitely, I know my life has been elevated just by knowing you guys, and I appreciate every time you invite me on the show. I have such a good time. I want to give a shout out to our network podcast that we've been working with in the past couple of months, Gamer Friends. The link tree that I can provide gives a link not only to our show, but to Gamer Friends, and more importantly, our Discord. So, folks, if you don't use Discord, let me try to sell you on it. A lot of people are side-eyeing Twitter. Elon Musk took over. They're not really sure about it. People are side-eyeing Facebook. Is it for boomers? Who knows? With Discord, you can download the app on your phone and then immediately be hooked up into a server with you and your buddies. And we have our own Discord server that you have a standing invite to come to. If you click on the link in our link tree, you get immediately invited in. There are different channels. If you're a Nintendo Switch player, but you can't ever find any friends to play Nintendo Switch with you, you can get into our Nintendo Switch channel and go, hey, anybody playing Splatoon? And then get into one of our voice channels and through your phone actually talk to other gamer friends and play the game with them.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to get on there and chat about the backlog show that I do, where we go through and we play different games in our backlog together so we can finally finish them things. Kind of like a book club.
Currently Outriders, right?
Yeah, currently Outriders. Maybe you want to hop in and just chat gaming news or geek out about comic book stuff or Marvel. Like, there's going to be a channel in that Discord server for you, and I highly encourage you guys to check it out. Last time I was on the show, I talked about the relationship podcast my wife and I were going to work on called Life, Love, and Relationship. Life, Love, and Relationship has its first episode out. We should have had the second one out by now, but Life, Love, and Relationship happens. So
I'm going to need you to send me that link. I got to watch that.
Yeah. I'm going to have that link in the link tree as well. So it will have his own link under our Player 2 link tree if you guys want to check it out. We will have the second episode out eventually. We've done the research for it. And hopefully we'll eventually get on a schedule to get more episodes out. I hope you guys will tune in and enjoy it. And I think that about does it for me.
All right. Happy birthday to Acoustics.
Happy birthday, Acoustics.
The heartbeat of the show, the music maker, the beat maker. Congrats to the Astros winning their World Series against the Phillies.
Go Sports.
Go Astros. Yay. Rest in peace to Takeoff from the Amigos. And also...
That's a damn shame that happened to him.
Yeah. This just keep happening over and over. Anyway.
Yeah.
Also, surprising and sad, rest in peace to Aaron Carter.
Aaron Carter, 34 years old.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember when he was... first coming out,
he's a little baby.
Yeah, it's kind of messed up.
Sad.
Yeah, but yes, that's all my yells for this week. People, we did it. Listen, people, we did it. I don't know what to say.
Recently, you had the review of VHS. You should check that out.
True, we had the spoiler cast of VHS with Big W, and that was good. Listen, folks, bam, I got it. That's just what we do, and now it's time for us to pay some dues. We will catch you all on the flippity flop. Peace and deuces.
Take care.